fees, outdoor advertising, building permits. Those would be some of the within the top 5 revenue things. And what we are going to do is to make sure that we digitalize the collection of all that revenue so that the leakage, we seal the leakage. Technology is one of the best things to overcome loss of revenue. And we are going to use technology in the public revenue management system. Then secondly, we will deploy that money. Our own source revenue, I can promise, we and Professor Kaloki have done a study, and we've even checked the reports of the Commission for Revenue Allocation. With 6 revenue lines, we can generate 80 billion own source revenue in Nairobi. And with that money, we will build 1,000. We will join the government in building more schools, in making sure there's medicine in our dispensaries, in making sure that there's incinerators to burn garbage, that we start a leasing program for vehicles and equipment for the staff, and also to make sure we pay our staff the right salaries so that they are really motivated. We are very concerned about the welfare of Nairobi City County workers and all the workers of all affiliate bodies of Nairobi City County. Only motivated workers can deliver essential services, and that's what Nairobians want. And that brings me to the next issue, and that is the competence of the Nairobi City County staff, and you will both have an opportunity to respond to this. How will you address the competence or lack thereof, overemployment, cases of ghost workers, and the issue of productivity to make those staff workers, the workers of Nairobi City County, that they will deliver the services for the Nairobians? I'll start with you. Every employee of Nairobi City County, from the 10th of August, we shall have a performance agreement with them. We will bring back to life performance contracting. And that performance agreement means, what do they do every day? The few things they do every day to deliver the output Nairobians expect. And that output will be captured in a scorecard. So each one of us will have a scorecard and a performance agreement. The performance agreement is the input. The scorecard is the measure. And who will measure is the neighborhood associations. We're going to run Nairobi with the neighborhood associations as per the Neighborhoods Act. There is an act that demands the city is run in a see-through way. Let me not call it transparent. That, and I want to use the analogy of an egg. The executive of Nairobi City County will be the yolk. Surrounding it will be the county assembly as the egg white. The egg shell will be the residents of Nairobi. Kwa sababu, we will not pay an invoice for a road or a broken sewer before the neighborhood association, say of Kayole, sends us a photo. So there's crowdsourcing. We are going to use technology and the cloud and a data center that can really be able to serve the city of Nairobi. And we shall decentralize services from City Hall. City Hall will be the headquarters of the corporate services. There is no use for a waiter, like I found a waiter, a restaurant, somebody working somewhere in Umoja, telling me they have to come all the way to CBD ati anakuja kutafuta food handler certificate. No. That right. Food handler certificate, they should be able to get it in Umoja. SAKAJA, I think you were tickled there again. Was a point to mention the cloud issue, but how will you address the staffing for Nairobi County? Unajua mavijana wa Nairobi wakisikia vile amesema hiyo story ya mayai, atasema anatubeba kimayai. Many of those ideas, really, you know, this is not equity, yeah? This is not corporate. You must take the bull by the horns and give practical solutions to our city. And let me give you an example. You're talking about, you know, one of the highest revenue streams, you know, being rates. Have you talked to us about the reclassification of those rates? Why is it that people in Githogoro are paying the same rate as people in Runda, which is just, you know, a doorstep away, yet they have Mabati structures and these ones have 5-star houses? You know, let's be practical, because that is what Nairobians want to be able to hear. Now, the sectional properties bill that was passed in Parliament recently prevents an opportunity. I've heard him saying he's done a study with Professor Kaloki. I know Professor Kaloki is a professor, and maybe that's why we've not been seeing you guys campaigning, because you're doing studies. But look at what KPMG has spoken about Nairobi, look at what PwC have said, and the CRA. It is not just 6 revenue streams that are going to increase how much we collect. Just the sectional properties realignment and the revaluation that starts in January 2023 is going to take us up another 50 to 53 billion shillings. Every other revenue stream then must be geared towards making Nairobians more productive. The NMS that you praise has been going around this city with GSU
harassing our traders and our hawkers, throwing them into, you know, those pickups, tetanus field pickups and roadworthy. By the way, on the 9th, if you're listening and you're a scrap metal dealer, come to City Hall. Revenue has gone down to 7 billion. Why is that? Because you're not explaining to the people of Nairobi the services you're offering with the money you collect from them. We will have a people-centered leadership. Cloud is a tool.
Na muda umekwisha.
Your focus must be on the people you're serving. You can't be.
Muda umekwisha bwana seneta, lakini umekuwa seneta wa kaunti ya Nairobi. Umewajibika vipi katika kuona kwamba pesa za kaunti ya Nairobi zinatumika namna inavyostahili, hakuna wizi, hakuna watu wasiofanya kazi ambao wanalipwa? Umekuwa seneta, wewe ndiye macho ya kaunti ya Nairobi.
Zubeda, umewajibika vipi? Hapa mlifanya utafiti.
Umewajibika vipi seneta katika kuhakikisha kwamba pesa za kaunti ya Nairobi zimetumika vyema?
My time is counting while you're talking. Kama mlifanya utafiti, ungeona zile ripoti ambazo nimewasilisha, zile miswada na hoja ambazo nimezileta kwa bunge. Hapo kati ya hizo miswada na hoja, kuna ile ambayo inaitwa prompt payment bill, ambayo pia wale wengine walijaribu kuweka katika mswada wa BBI walikuwa naleta. Ilikuwa nimeshapitisha kwa bunge. Ukiangalia yale unajua zile ripoti ambazo nimewasilisha kwa bunge, zinazungumza itakuwa ni njia gani tutatumia, mbinu gani, form itakuwa vipi, kwa kisha ule jamaa. There's a guy who works just across over here in Cultivar. He's called Fred. He's one of the procurement people. Akona wines and spirits Buruburu. Anasema kwamba wakati akiwa job anasikia hawa watu wa NMS na GSU wamekuja, in their WhatsApp group they tell each other that hawa watu wamekam. Kuna wimbo wanasemanga walikam na kinini, vijana wa Nairobi wanajua. Wamekam na Subaru. Na wakikuja hapo they tell each other in the WhatsApp group, they close all the shops. That's why this military you're praising has not collected 7 billion this year. Let's take power back to the people. And he tried to define this election. It's not about liars and who don't lie. It's about a state project and a people's governor.
Speaking about people's governor, power to the people, let's give some power to the people who weighed in on this debate. We had asked some questions from